For any question that involves unit conversion, I really just like to make a chart. And let me show you how this works. Basically, you find any rate in the question. And when it's kind of added on as a unit conversion at the end, that's an easy place to start. So it doesn't matter the order, just write those two things with their units. 1 fathom, 6 feet. Now our goal is to eliminate all of the units. So we go back into the question and we look for another place where they mention a unit. Usually there's 2 things mentioned, and then we're gonna write them, but we're gonna do it so that we have 1 of that unit on the left, 1 of that unit on the right. So I see right here, 58 fathoms. Okay, so I would wanna write 58 fathoms on the right side now so that I can cross fathoms off. Now what does that pair with, right? Everything kind of has a pair. Well, there's nothing else in the question. When the camera's at a depth of 58 fathoms, what is the camera's depth in feet? So we're trying to find that. So the feet did need to go here, and that's clearly our X, right? That's the unknown quantity in all this. So sometimes there's more unit conversions to do, which is why this chart is super helpful. It lets us kind of like list everything, and we'll know that we're done when all the units cancel. Now we just need to make sense of this. The way to do it is we kind of like multiply down, right? Multiply down both sides. So X times 1 is just X. 6 times 58, grab the calculator, let's do that. 6 times 58 is 348, and then it's just an equation that we've created. Now sometimes there'll be a number attached to the X, and we can solve that equation by dividing it out, but here we're just done. X is 348, so there you go. That's our answer. Some of you may have gotten this in different ways. Maybe you used ratios. Maybe it feels more like just common sense that you're like, okay, if 1 fathom is 6 feet and we have 58 fathoms, then 58 times 6 is what we're gonna do. I get that might feel obvious, but I also worry about future questions, harder questions, where it feels just as obvious, but there's some sort of twist that, you know, maybe we need to convert the unit, or maybe we have to divide instead of multiply. So I don't like anything that just kind of feels automatic. I really like to prove it by writing something on my scrap paper, and this kind of table system just helps me make sure that all my numbers are in the right place, because it's just about matching up units, right? 1 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Cross everything out, multiply, and you're done basically. It's definitely much nicer to do that when we have multiple unit conversions, which could easily happen on harder questions on the SAT. They do ask that occasionally.